Hey guys, Pete Altieri here from Burner Metal Mayhem, and I'm doing this video a little bit differently than you're used to seeing me, not in my usual format or location. Since this is one I wanted to put out very quickly, this is my reaction to the hearing yesterday that went down in Latah County there in Idaho. No PowerPoint this time, stopwatches and out. Just going to talk about this with you and my thoughts. So the purpose of this hearing was to determine if the defense defied or violated the non-dissemination order, which is the gag order in the case, by doing the survey they did to the potential jurors there in Latah County. And they did the survey like many big high-profile cases do to see if there's a bias in the jury pool. So first of all, finally, Ann Taylor stood up to the judge, but mostly the prosecutor, Bill Thompson. It's about damn time. Bill Thompson had been whining in that last hearing about his right or about the survey and saying that Ann Taylor, that she violated the non-dissemination order. And he, of course, did this under the guise that he was worried about painting Brian Kohberger in a negative light, which is just ridiculous. I think he and the judge both didn't like an outsider who was not a University of Idaho graduate and local guy like the rest of them, coming up with questions and telling them that their own precious Latah County was biased in this case. And I think it's just that simple. So after some back and forth, Bill Thompson whining again about this survey, but this time he was having a huge issue with the PowerPoint presentation that Dr. Edelman, the person that was in charge of the survey, was going to use in his testimony. Totally ridiculous. I mean, didn't even make any real sense. He was so unprepared. It was really unbelievable. And it showed, and he looked like an idiot. Ann Taylor got Dr. Edelman finally, Brian Edelman with a Y in Brian, which is interesting, on the stand to explain his credentials, vast experience, very, very prolific, track record. This guy's been doing this for decades. I thought he absolutely smoked it and proved that there was a method to the madness. And he explained that Ann Taylor had absolutely nothing to do with the questions. And there was a reason for that, because he wanted to go into this without any bias himself for either the defense or the prosecution. So he's just trying to determine if these potential jurors are biased toward the defendant because of the media. And that's really the crux of the question. Now, I love that the PowerPoint started, this was so rich, with a clip of none other than Bill Thompson himself at the press conference that he did right after Brian Kohberger was arrested. He told the media in that press conference that they should go by this PCA that they were putting out, share it with everybody, viewers, readers, get it out there. And that was awesome because that completely set the table for the defense's argument is everything we used in the survey came from the media, and the media got their marching orders from none other than you, Bill Thompson. And I thought that was fantastic. Turning it right back in his face, I mean, was just absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Another thing that came up directly from Bill Thompson, and this is interesting, that the rumors about Brian stalking the victims, which you heard a lot about, was totally false. And that is definitely news that none of us were expecting to hear in this hearing. We heard it right from his lips. So the PCA making claims that Brian was in the area 12 times certainly spawned mainstream media running with it. and saying that, that showed he was in the area, he was stalking. It all fed into that. And of course, the prosecutor never, went public and said that's not true. He, of course, was more than happy to let people believe that, Brian was stalking them, because that would kind of fit into his narrative of the reason or motive why he did it. So if that's not true, what exactly was his motive? Certainly, I think that throws a wrench in the works here. The camera, though, was not on Bill's face while the Dr. Edelman was on the stand, so I'm sure he was steaming, mad, steam coming out of his ears, red face, and all that. It was hard to argue with Dr. Edelman, when Bill did get the chance to cross-examine him. He was super aggressive with them, made him look even more stupid. And even the judge, who's always been in Bill's camp, had to tell him a couple different times to chill out. And I thought that was pretty funny. And of course, objected multiple times, saying that Bill was argumentative with the witness. And he definitely was. I mean, very, very argumentative about it. And it had to just piss him off that a person from out of the area, not affiliated with the university, not from Moscow, was telling them how they screwed up the county and caused this bias in the first place, which I thought was just awesome. Then another member of the defense team, Eliza Massoff, she got up and wrapped it up very nicely and really laid into Bill Thompson again. She was just epic. I mean, that was really good stuff. She did an awesome job. Great to see some feistiness from the defense. And she said repeatedly that the defense team believed Brian was not guilty. So they are definitely doubling, tripling down on this, which is good that they believe in their client. Okay. Because like I said, I'm not saying he's guilty or he's not guilty. All I'm saying is give the guy a fair shake. And part of that is that his defense team fights for him and hopefully believes in him. And in this case, I think that they do. So now it's up to Judge. He has to decide whether the gag order was violated, and if Ann Taylor and Dr. Edelman can continue their survey, because they need to look at other counties and then compare Latah with the other counties to see if it's justified getting a change of venue to another county. And hopefully that's what they determine, because this case, there's no way, especially based on the survey, that they're going to get an unbiased jury in Latah County. It's just not going to happen. So hopefully the judge realizes the truth, that the gag order was not violated, and that the survey can continue. So the next hearing looks like June 27th, 10 a.m. their time. And Ann Taylor and company look like they're ready for a fight. I hope the sparks continue. I hope they can keep Bill Thompson on his heels and no longer dominating what's going on. I mean, we all know if the trial happens at Latah County, he's got the home field advantage. So putting this trial somewhere completely unrelated to that county would certainly give them a more fair shot at defending themselves against this case. But I'm not sure how the judge is going to rule. I mean, it seems like, so far he's been on the prosecution side, but I think yesterday may have righted the ship a little bit. We'll have to see. But I think it's awesome. The defense team seems to have woken up. They're ready for a bare knuckle fight. I mean, there's no slap boxing between friends here. This is for life. This is for a person's life in the balance. This is the real thing. So I'm happy to see some feisty things from the defense. And by the way, if Bill Thompson doesn't watch out, he might end up having a heart attack or an aneurysm. Certainly hope that doesn't happen. But if it was to happen, because he's continually getting his ass handed to him, we can always have Dylan Mortensen there to call 911 for him if that were the case. And hopefully, he can hang on for 8 or 9 hours while that's decision is going on there between the group who's going to call 911 and all of that. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I love to hear from you guys. I do want to say thank you to the Hornside Club. You guys are awesome. And let me know what you think about the non-PowerPoint video. I'm actually going to do two 6 seconds videos tomorrow that'll come out this weekend. And both of them I'm going to try without the PowerPoint just to see what you guys think. So anyway, but I'll be back in Hornside for that. All right. We'll see you next time.